Welcome back to another Film Geek monthly wrap-up. Today I'm doing something completely off the cuff. I don't have anything wrote down. I didn't take any notes. It's not a movie spotlight or a film review. This is a story of how I fell in love with the movies and going to the movies, the cinema in general, movie theater, whatever. The whole idea of going somewhere and watching a movie with a large group of people. What made me love this so much? Well, the answer to that is simple. It is one movie and one experience, and that movie's name is The Empire Strikes Back. Yes, The Empire Strikes Back is the movie that made me love film and make me go, oh my god, I have to see everything in the movie theaters I possibly can. It didn't matter if it was science fiction or horror or drama. I just went to the movies to see the movies. You know, I mean, yes, there was VHS, and believe me, I have fond memories of the old video store and everything that culture has. But for me, the truest of all movie-going experiences is the theater. And once I'm done telling you my story of how I saw Empire Strikes Back for the first time, I think you might understand just a little bit of why going to the movies for me is like my church. This is where I go to be taken away from things, to maybe learn a lesson, maybe, you know, gain some knowledge, watch a documentary or something. This is the place that I go to experience things outside the realm of possibility for me in this world. And this all started back in the year 1980 when I was about 5 years old, and my folks took myself and my best friend to go see the movie The Empire Strikes Back, and it was showing at a movie theater right down the street from where I live now, and the name of the theater is the Midland Theater. Now these days the Midland is no longer a movie theater, it's more of a music venue, or you know, a venue for stand-up comics and music and such. That hell, I saw both Motorhead and freaking Anthrax now at the Midland a few years back. I went to like the 30th anniversary of Anthrax, so it's an amazing theater. It's one of the most classic and noticeable theaters in Kansas City, and thank God it's been kept alive and not torn down. It's beautiful, just Art Deco architecture and everything. It is, you know, it is the movie going experience. This is the kind of place that you want to see a movie at, and oh god, what an experience it was. So what I've done is I've taken a little walk, and I went down and filmed some of the city streets of Kansas City, and so we're going to take a little tour down to the place where I saw The Empire Strikes Back for the first time on opening weekend with my family, my mom, my dad, and my best buddy. So let's head out on the road. We are headed down to the Midland Theater, but let's go ahead and pick up the pace a little bit, shall we? Hey, it's Mark Twain doing his Mark Twain thing. I slowed it down because I thought this was really cool and wanted to show it off. This is the parking lot or parking garage for our public library, and then the public library is just up ahead. Now, this building right here, this is our public library. So here we are at the Midland Theater. And when I was a kid in 1980, the streets were packed. There were people as far as the eye can see. We stood in line, and as I recall, now remind you, I was 5, but as I recall, we waited 5 to 4 hours. It might have been less, but it seemed like a lifetime. And then walking into the entrance of this theater was just mind-blowing. It was earth-shattering. I'd never seen something just so elegant in my life. Oh, there's my grocery store. Hi, guys. All right. But yeah, this is the theater that I saw The Empire Strikes Back. And it was one of those amazing, amazing experiences where it was this massive screen that was covered with a curtain, and then it opened up to reveal the screen underneath, and the previews began, and there was the crackling sound of the film and the camera and smoke and such. It was just an amazing experience. So, yeah. That was what turned me into a lifelong film fan, was just that experience of seeing The Empire Strikes Back in that theater. And I have continued to see things at that theater. They really haven't changed the inside, except again, like I said, it's not used for movies anymore. It's more of a music venue. Oh, that's the H&R Block headquarters, by the way, if you're curious to what major corporations exist in Kansas City. And the Power and Light building. In fact, this area in town is known as the Power and Light part of town. P&L from all the locals. So there she is, one last view of the Midland Theater. So there you have it. That is the Midland Theater, the place where I saw The Empire Strikes Back for the very first time, and how I fell in love with the movies. That film meant so much to me, and it still means so much to me. It was outstanding. It was amazing. It was just a take your breath away kind of experience to see up on the big screen. All of my heroes back again. Oh, it was amazing. And that brings me to the collection update part of this video. This is something absolutely amazing. This is something that it means the world to me, and it was a gift that Charming Amy got me. And what was so funny about this is that she just thought she was getting me something cool. She just saw it and was like, "Oh wow, Chris is gonna love this. He's gonna just die for this." So. This is just absolutely amazing. Okay, so absolutely love the movie The Empire Strikes Back. All right. Now, like most people out there, I have a bucket list. Things that I would like to accomplish before I pass this mortal earth of ours and go on to whatever the shit is out there, not whatever, but the things that I would like to do, right? All those experiences. And I've been able to cross some things off of my bucket list, like when it comes to film and things of that sort, certain celebrities that I have met, and I'm super excited to have met those people and things of that sort. One of the big ones for me was meet and actually have like a real conversation and a real experience with a member of the Star Wars cast, and I've had that. I've got to meet both Peter Mayhew, and I've also met Kenny Baker. And Kenny Baker in particular, I actually did get to sit down and have a conversation with him, and it was amazing to just kind of pick his brain. And we talked about things that weren't even related to Star Wars. We talked about just life in general. I was a young father at the time, and he was really open and talking about experiences and things like that. So it was a really cool little moment I had with Kenny Baker. So I got to cross that off my bucket list. And a while back, I also said that I always wanted to own a piece of a movie, and I didn't really care about what movie or what it was, and that ended up being, it's not in frame, but you've probably seen it before in my previous videos, and that was the Pinocchio still that I have, not the Disney Pinocchio. This is oh God, I can't even remember the name of the movie, and I own a piece. Anyways, it's an animated film, and I own a piece of it. I own one of the cells. Now, that brings me to what I have now, and this is next level. This is next level kind of stuff. And if you hear a lot of noise, I've mentioned before in past videos that my building is under construction right now. So if you hear some bangs and booms and what have you, that's just things that are going on in the building. So whatever. I keep looking down in the corner too, because I keep looking at the height of it. It's so exciting. So here it is, guys. Oh, all right. Charming Amy got me an actual Star Wars. Let me see if I can get that in there for you. Okay, this is an actual piece of Empire Strikes Back, of the film that it was filmed on. I believe it was the 70 millimeter frame. And yeah, it's not perfect. It's not the greatest shape and everything. The packaging's a little worse. Where I'm gonna get closer to the camera. Hopefully this doesn't like take it out of focus or something weird like that and you can't see it very well. But yes, this is Lando Calrissian, and if you can't really notice in the film there, you can actually see Lando. And I am a big Lando fan. I love Lando Calrissian. He's one of my favorite newer Star Wars characters that came in during Empire, and I just thought he was awesome. I wish I could remember why. Maybe it was probably because I liked his action figure a whole lot. I don't remember, but he just something about Lando really caught me, and I thought he was a great guy and everything. So good best friends with my favorite Star Wars character, who is Han Solo. So that helped. He was in the Han Solo circle. So here's the back of it too. So you can see, pretty awesome stuff. An actual piece of Empire Strikes Back, a literal piece of the film Empire Strikes Back, and also one of my favorite characters, Lando Calrissian. So that was my amazing thing that was added to my collection here recently in the month of August, is a literal piece of Star Wars. A literal piece of Star Wars history is now in my possession, and I feel like that kid again, standing in line playing with my Boba Fett action figure. Just couldn't wait to see Star Wars, to see it back on the big screen and experience it with my best friend and my folks and everything. It just, whenever I look at that, it takes me back to that pure, amazing moment when I walked into that theater for the first time and I saw the giant cardboard cutout, and there were my best friends, basically the characters that I loved so much, right there in front of me, and all of the big drapery and everything in that theater was just, it made the experience so amazing. So yeah, guys, there you go. That's it. The story of how I fell in love with not just Star Wars, but just film in general, and the experience of seeing the movies in a theater surrounded by people, and the experience that you go through, the story and the travels and all of that. That's the thing I love about going to the theater. So, with all this talk of movie theaters, filing bankruptcy and everything, folks, get out there, support cinema. Go see these movies in the theater like they're meant to be seen. They're not meant to be seen on the home screen. I mean, that's all good and well. Don't get me wrong. I, again, have nothing against home media, as you can plainly see behind me. I have no problem with home media, but I've seen a good amount of these films in the theater and experienced them on the big screen. All the biggest CGI blowouts and all the smallest little independent films, every one of them, those are the ones. I love cinema, and I love getting out there and seeing it with other fans. Alright guys, well that brings me to the end of another Film Geek video. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and give me the old thumbs up so I know you like what you're seeing. And if there's one more thing you could do, folks, that is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.